Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast, and Skip Bayless goes off on this rant as to why the Buffalo Bills lost to Patrick Mahomes, right? Listen, I'm going to get into it, but I'm going to play a clip, okay, of some of the things that Skip Bayless had mentioned as to why the Bills lost, okay? And I think it's just silly. I'm not saying these aren't valid reasons, but you know, when it comes to certain players, he definitely has a certain bias towards them. I'll play the clip and I'll get back to you guys.
Here's the point. I hear what both of you say about Patrick Mahomes. I give it up to Mahomes. He was very good. I thought Josh Allen outplayed Mahomes last night, especially given degree of difficulty, because the Bills' defense was flat out decimated. They were even losing players during the game. We had backups to backups to backups. We had guys off their couch playing defense for the Bills last night. And don't get me started on Matt Milano gone early this year, Tre'Davious White gone early this year. It was a mismatch to me of Mahomes versus what was left of the Bills' defense, and they got little to no pressure on Mahomes. So he's nonchalantly back there picking them to pieces. And when I looked up late in the first half and he hit Kelsey for that 22-yarder for a touchdown, how do you not cover Travis Kelsey? How do you leave him gone wide open, like nobody's around him? Well, obviously, he's the number one option left for Patrick Mahomes. So how do you do that? So given the pressure on Josh Allen and given the stats that I'm looking at, Josh Allen actually dominated this game with his arm and his legs, even though I give you, Richard, he was dinking and dunking.
So you hear Skip Bayless's reasonings as to why the Bills lost, right? Oh, they were decimated on injury, and you know, they got guys coming off the couch to play defense, and Josh Allen, you know, thoroughly outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Just listing off all kinds of excuses for the Buffalo Bills when Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, I think played a better game. Josh Allen played the kind of game for his team, and Patrick Mahomes played the kind of game that he needed for his team to win the game, right? You know, and he says, you know, Patrick Mahomes was good, but, you know, Josh Allen thoroughly outplayed Patrick Mahomes, right? Like, just letting this bias reek through, because at the end of the day, we know why that bias exists, okay? He loves Tom Brady so much that he feels threatened that Patrick Mahomes could someday be looked at as the greatest quarterback of all time. Maybe not in terms of Super Bowls or whatever, but definitely a seat at the conversation, a Mount Rushmore quarterback in the NFL. You know, listen, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but you got to respect what this brother has been doing in the NFL. I mean, to go to 6 straight AFC Championship games. I know there's some questionable calls here and there in the script and whatever, but you still got to go out there and execute that script. You know what I'm saying? To a T, right? So he did that. Okay, I can't take nothing away from Patrick Mahomes. Yes, there's certain calls I feel like, you know, definitely reminds me of the days of New England. But see, when you're a dominant player and you're always winning, you're just going to get the call. The NFL has always seemed to just be like that, right? That's that script. They just love to take care of their star players, okay? But it's up to the star players to maintain their level of play. And listen, there was all these questions. You know, he talked about pressure for Josh Allen. There's a lot of pressure on this Kansas City Chiefs team. If their receivers are going to be able to hold on to that football, not only do all that, but take this show on the road for Patrick Mahomes' first road playoff game. Could you imagine if he lost that game? Everybody be like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, he can't win on the road. You see, you know, he can only get the Super Bowls being at home, which honestly, that's not a knock. Like, you do what you need to do to dominate the regular season to secure home field. That's the whole point. NFL, they're not promoting, oh, lose some games so you can prove that you need to do it on the road. That's silly. Who cares if you're a quarterback that can win championships, but you don't need to do it on the road? Okay, then you're just that good. Nothing wrong with that, right? But, you know, the thing is, too, is like when Tom Brady would lose games in the playoffs and whatnot, Skip would be the first one to blame Bill Belichick, right? He would be like, oh, well, Bill Belichick didn't have the right defense, or he pulled this player, Bill didn't do this, X, Y, Z. No blame on Tom Brady, and that's the reason why that whole Shannon Sharp over a year ago, that Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless had a little beef, you know, and and played around, or he told Shannon, he was like, you don't care that you're in the Hall of Fame. He's like, so what? And he took his glasses off, and Skip was like, put your glasses back on, boy. You know, basically, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is Skip just hating on Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes has been proven to be the best quarterback in this era. Okay. And like I said in my other video talking about this last night, is that, look, we're in the Mahomes era. It doesn't mean that Mahomes is going to win a championship every year, but you're going to have to get through him, right? Are you going to be Eli Manning to squeak out a couple of Super Bowls, right? Are you going to be a Peyton Manning to squeak out a championship? Are you going to be a Drew Brees that can squeak out a championship, an Aaron Rodgers to squeak out a championship in the Brady era, right? So Patrick Mahomes is not unbeatable, but you definitely got to beat him, but you got to also pay his respects and respect that what he's done, right? We thought that the New England Patriot dynasty, something we'll never see before, and we probably still won't, right? But for the Chiefs, though, if you look back in history, if there's ever a fraction of a team that came close, especially if the Chiefs this season go on to get to a Super Bowl, forget winning, get to another Super Bowl again, you know what I'm saying? You got to start looking at this Chiefs dynasty and the different iterations in terms of this is different how they've been playing compared before, and Patrick Mahomes has adjusted on the fly. And here he is in the AFC Championship game going up against another guy in his era that is trying to win the championship, right? So, you know, Skip can give all the excuses for Buffalo, and some may be valid, whatever, but at the end of the day, you got to play the game. You got to do what's best, and the Bills were in position to win that game, right? Or at least tie the game, whatever. They missed the field goal, you know what I'm saying? So there's all these different things, and instead of just praising Patrick Mahomes, you're going to go ahead and name all the problems on the Buffalo Bills without naming all the issues that the Chiefs had to deal with on defense and receivers all year, leading the league in drop balls. Crazy, man. Wild take from Skip Bayless, though. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.